What is up, guys? So if you are curious about action camera photography, I have action camera over here. I am very surprised. I see a lot of people doing like a photography using action camera. Like, you know, I have action cameras for many years. I don't remember ever in my entire life to use action camera for photography. I didn't even find a reason for this. Until recently, like a lot of people get crazy about this and they start doing photography with the action camera. Like, guys, like such a big angle for the photography, you really have to have like a specific reason. So I am doing like a photography professionally also, but this like a super wide is reserved usually for me, like this kind of super wide in real estate only. Not even that, I'm not going so wide. It's in very extreme situation when I have a tight rooms, then I'm going like a 12 millimeters. I have a Sony lens 12-24. So why anyone will actually use the action camera to do photography? I couldn't believe this, but it is like growing. You know, it is growing. Now GoPro action also Insta is actually, I think, giving like a bundle, photography bundle, where you have this cage made by the producers, camera producer, so you can take pictures. So I didn't even know when I bought like an action camera. Of course, I'm looking for like a resolution and the quality when I have like a regular gear, like a Sony camera, you know, something like a hybrid or photography or video camera. So I'm checking those informations. But in here, I knew that this is 4K camera, but I never like I didn't even know what kind of resolution this has. So this is actually quite impressive because this is 40 megapixel. This action camera has 40 megapixel resolution. So sometimes, you know how it is, 40 megapixels. Sometimes this 40 megapixel is like, you know, stretch a little bit and the quality is not there. But here, I'm kind of surprised. So I went to a little walk, so I'm gonna show you everything, and I started taking pictures. Okay, so I'm trying to take some pictures with the DJI Action 5 Pro. You know, more and more people are doing photography using action cameras. Well, I don't deny it. Although, first thing what I see is very hard to actually frame anything with such a small screen. I am like a frame master. I really can nail the shot. But it is not easy, I can tell you. I don't have, I think, eye to this because it's super wide. I'm doing my best, but you know, my brain is used to like 35, 50, 75, 135, you know, this kind of fixed lenses. So I'm doing my best. Well, maximum what I use is 12, but this was for real estate. This is completely different level. So I'm doing my best. I'm gonna take some shots and I'm gonna show you what I did. This is the first time I'm playing with it. It actually is super cool to have the option to take pictures with such a small camera. Although we're gonna see how it's gonna really ends up. You know, plenty of people doing reviews, so mostly are taking some pictures in the city where they, you know, have the plenty of objects, so it's look a little bit differently. I am in the park, so we have also plenty of options, but I'm gonna play a little bit in here, outside a little bit in a small city. I'm gonna take some kind of close-up. We're gonna see how this is gonna end up, so let's try to do this. So yeah, let's do this. Let's try at least. We're gonna see how I'm gonna perform. I don't think it's gonna be good. Yeah, whatever. Okay, let's start from the settings. I just want to mention it. So before you start, make sure you have actually the full resolution, 40 megapixel. This camera has a 40 megapixel, so we are setting this. Also, I set it to standard. That means that it's gonna dewart my images. But the cool thing about this camera is that it's taking JPEGs and also RAW files. So RAW files are cool because they are literally how the camera captures it. So you're gonna have this, you know, barrel distortion, and you're not gonna have any color correction. It's gonna be very, like, you know, flat. So you can set both raw and you can set like a regular picture. But surprisingly, we're gonna get to this in a second, the regular pictures are actually amazing with the action camera. For example, when you are using phone camera, right, you are taking picture, people are noticing that. Still, even if this is not like a super big thing, people are very quickly noticing that you are taking pictures, because you know there is phone, people knows that the phone taking pictures, so they right away are noticing it and they are looking at you, staring at you sometimes. But with this camera, no one really, like 90, I think 8% of the people have no idea really what is happening. Big annoying thing in here is that you don't really know what is the shutter speed in here. And when I'm doing like a evening shots, I really should know that. So without the shutter speed, you don't really know for how long you have to hold this camera really to take the proper shot. For sure you have to get really close, way closer than with like even 20 or 16. You have to be super close if you want to get like a nail the shot. Definitely closer as possible, 2-3 meters maximum, because this is the best option to capture something, you know. For how long it's like a smaller thing. If this is like a larger tree, that's fine, but you know, for closer object like people, or smaller object like people, definitely stay very close, 2-3-4 meters maximally. So let's jump into the pictures. I have few pictures for you. So it's one picture taken in DNG and JPEG. So here we have image number 1. This is DNG, and look at this. The resolution is really nice. It looks flattened. We have this, as you see, barrel distortion on the edges because this is like a super wide angle. But when we jump from DNG, you see DNG at the top. When we jump from DNG to JPEG, look at this, look at the change. I didn't have dewarp in here. I was testing it and I didn't have dewarp, so it corrected the colors, you know, sharpness, everything looks beautiful and magical. Another picture, look at this, before DNG raw footage and after. Look at this refraction, colors are nice, greens are nice, sharpness is good. We are losing quality here on a tree somewhere at the back, but at the front everything looks fabulously, so I cannot you know, say anything bad about this. But you know, 40 megapixel, if we will compare this camera to 40 megapixel or 33 megapixel A7 IV will absolutely eat this camera with the quality, or it will have like a nice blurry background because of the higher like a aperture. But yeah, at the front I think it's really nice and sharp. So on my 5K screen it's really nice. Let's go to the next one. We have a sharp elements here, sharp parts. When we jump to the JPEG, the camera balance everything nicely, so everything is nice, saturated, visible. Here at the corner, look at this. This is what I really like, and this is what it shocked me. Previously we had this horrible overburn elements, and now we have a very nice balanced image. Look at this, the jump is immense. So it's really, you don't have to do anything with the images. You can just jump right away to JPEG and start using JPEG. And we have some cases that DNG is better and like correcting is better, but we're gonna get to this. So now I'm showing you the Coke. As you see, taking like a very close shots, like a close-up, it is nearly impossible. The like a glass itself is starting getting sharp, but the Pepsi at the front, it was absolutely out of focus. So you really should be at least this arm away from the object if you want to have everything in the center sharp. Now we have like a night shots. In most cases, I'm really surprised how good quality we have. So this is the raw footage, and this is corrected by DJI. Of course, we have a dewarp here, as you see. It's losing some sharpness and is getting a little bit like a mushy. So in some cases, I would prefer to have just regular DNG file edited. But if you don't want to edit anything, really the JPEG is nice in here. So yeah, in some cases, the images are getting a little bit like a mushy, as you see here. We are losing sharpness, we are losing the overall the image quality. Even if they like a camera improve a little bit the image, you know, the balance of exposition, but still I think the original raw footage is just way better. If I will have to go with more pro approach, I will take DNG and definitely improve a little bit here the brightness and maybe take noise a little bit, because you see the JPEG is nice but the quality here is way lower compared to the DNG. DNG absolutely shines. The exposition, the look is really nice compared to like a JPEG. Look at this, it's getting really mushy. So yeah, I would definitely go with raw footage and just correct it a little bit, and I will keep it how it is because I like the shadows, I like the lights and everything. This same here, as you see, a little bit blurry, still is okay, I still like it, you know, it brings back this like a overburn like a element, so it's super nice. So yeah, here they are playing tennis, and look at this, this is DNG raw footage and this is the JPEG. So as you see, we have enough light and DJI is doing great job editing it. So yeah, here JPEG for sure is a better option. Another one, DNG, JPEG, raw, JPEG, raw, JPEG. JPEG wins here. I like the raw because, you know, I like this contrast of darkness and brightness, but yeah, for general use, definitely JPEG wins here. Here we are back to the park with the dewarp function on. Really nice. So here I try to take like a portrait and I'm really close to the object, like really close. So, you know, it is challenging and this is maximum what we can do. This is, I will probably touch the face of this lady easy because I'm so close, and look at this, this is still super wide. So this is, I think, the like a hand reach is the maximum that you should go, because the closer you get, the more blurred the image will be. Here we have our restaurant, it is looking nice. We have a little bit noise in here, but it was fighting against like a very harsh light getting from outside. So we have noise, but it's looking really nicely. And here we have a World of Warcraft machine, guys. I was walking in this park and someone just put outside right next to the cafeteria World War II machine. So I took some pictures. So here we have a raw and here we have a JPEG, and of course JPEG is winning. Here we have a nice saturated color, sharpness is there, the shadows are pulled up a little bit, so we can see a little bit more. It's really nice and balanced. Also JPEG wins. I have a gun closer look. Well, here also on JPEG is doing a better job. I like the shadows in raw, but yeah, it is better. And the last one, look at this, JPEG is killing it. So yeah, stay with JPEGs most of the times. Just be sure that during the night shots you are holding the camera steady to not get moved images. So I was like really skeptic. I say to myself, I'm gonna do this video, but I knew that after this, I'm not gonna use it. And I can tell you right now that I'm starting taking pictures with the action camera because it's really rewarding. And I can tell you that this new approach to taking photographs with the action camera, if you start doing this by yourself, you're gonna like it, and you're really gonna like it. So previously I was using camera only, like an action camera only for videos. I never was thinking about taking photographs, but right now, after, you know, testing it, I really like it. For sure I'm gonna have to improve the framing, but really I approve it. The idea is great. Start taking picture with the action camera. So maybe as an addition, not like a replacement for all of your photographs, but definitely add it to your collection. You're gonna be very happy about this. So that is it, guys. KMH, links down below if you wanna support me, and I hope I'm gonna see you in the next one. See ya.